Good evening everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to try out before you after the last time's rasgullas. Today let's go for the other one, its brother, the Lalmohans, or what we call Gulab Jamuns. Here in Assam normally we also call it as Lalmohan, but we just what I'm trying to do is that take some Chenna, or this is Chenna got from around half a liter of full fat milk. How I have taken out this Chenna, I'll give you in the description box below if you can follow my recipes on rasgullas. There, the same process I have employed, and this is the amount I've got from half a liter of milk. I will need here 2 teaspoons of semolina, or what we call suji in Assamese. Here I also need half a cup of milk powder. This is any milk powder that you can take, Amul spray, anything that you want to take. And some grains of, these are cardamoms, the seeds of the cardamom I have just taken, de-seeded and kept there. I will need of course 2 cups of sugar and around 4 or 5 cups of water. And I will do the entire cooking in a little bit of vegetable oil. That is what I need, and we are ready to get yummy Lalmohans ready. Let's start cooking. And before that, I just wanted to tell you, this time let me make my life easier. I'm trying to, first of all, before kneading the Chenna, I thought let me put it in the mixie and let me give it a nice whisk so that it becomes creamy and nice. And then I will go about the same process of the way that I had followed in my rasgullas, that is kneading it for almost 8 to 10 minutes there. So let me first of all try and give it a whisk. So after a whisk, this is how they've gathered together. The entire thing is gathered together. So let me take it out. And before I actually put my hands into this kneading process, let me go in and prepare the other part of the recipe. That is, let us make the syrup, the sugar syrup that we will need for this recipe. So I will take a big bottoms, in fact deep karai, and put this is the one and the second cup of sugar, a lot of sugar I guess. Now let me put here around 5 cups of water. 1, 2, 3, four, and this is the 5th cup of water. Okay, right, now let me on the gas and so let it first of all get its boil and let this become a syrup. Meanwhile, let us knead for the Lalmohans there. Okay, now you really need to knead with the back of your hand. This is the process which is a bit tiring, but whenever you think about the result of this, you'll start liking it. Okay, so this is the way you knead into it, and then try to knead till everything comes out from the hand properly. I will add in the semolina as well as this is the milk powder. Okay, now let me knead all of them together again in a way that all of them merge into one another, and there's a lot of kneading that's required. Knead on for 8 to 10 minutes. The more the better, or shall I call the more the merrier. So this way it goes on kneading for some time. Okay, so going on kneading. I would like to thank all my subscribers because they made me feel so good after I gave my rasgulla recipe. I never thought I'd get such a huge, response there, and more so, they made me feel so wonderful because they really sent me back photographs and videos of the rasgullas they made at home, and I was really happy about the whole thing. I think that's why I got motivated to make the next phase. This is the Lalmohans, or what we call Gulab Jamuns. Right, this way I will need for some more time because still it's sticking on to the here, the top there, the tabletop in fact. So it's still sticking on. It has to come out from my hand and form a round like this, proper round. So almost after 9 to 10 minutes, see, it's coming out from my hands. So my dough is ready. Okay, now all I need to do is then make small little rounds and then put it into my syrup if the syrup is ready. Let's see, check out on the syrup first. So still there are some granules of sugar there at the, yes, I can see them. So let them again boil fully, and we need to remember that when we are actually making we are throwing in those gulabs there, it has to be boiling, the water has to be boiling. Meanwhile, let me make those roundels there and put in between once at least a seed of the cardamom, so that it has this unique flavor when we fry them up. Let me cut them into small portions of the equal size, so that they don't become big and small, you know, they should be of the same size that way. Meanwhile, I've already kept up a karai on flame, because I have to, unlike the rasgullas where we directly throw them in, these we have to actually fry them for the beautiful color that they will get. Each portion we will just throw in one or two grains of the seed of the cardamom, and then make them into beautiful rounds. Check out, there should be no cracks. See, there are no cracks there. This way I'll do for all others as well. Cooking gives a lot of pleasure, in fact, and more so when people like your cooking, and more so when your subscribers really try to do what you are asking them to do in a way, or showing them how to do it. It's all about innovation, it's all about loving your job, and I seem to love cooking a lot. So that way, let's see, beautiful roundels made up, beautiful rounds there in fact, and these balls are there ready to be going in to be deep fried before they are thrown into the sugar syrup to get all coated and yummylicious. So I have 21 of them ready to be fried. Let's get cooking. So the oil, I put in a little bit more of oil there, say almost half a cup, more than half a cup that I put in. Let it boil. In between, let's check out on the syrup. Yes, the syrup is almost done. Yes, I do not see any grains of sugar, so let it still boil further, or in fact I can just reduce the heat and keep, because my lalmohans are not ready. So the oil is heated up, medium heated up. I just put in these the gullas there and try to fry them. Yeah, they're already catching the fire. In fact, the color there. Just fry them first few ones. Very soon they get the color. Alright, so let them be there. Okay, and then turn over. Yes. This way I need to fry all of them. They get a color very fast. See, the color is already done, and now I will just take them out before they become completely dark. Yes, so this way I'll fry the others as well. I'll fry the others as well now, similarly. Okay, okay. Slowly turn them over. It doesn't take at all. I just a wink of an eye, and then they are all done. Okay, that's why I'm already heating up my. I had reduced the flame for my sugar syrup, but I've increased it now because I want them on in when they're boiling. The water's boiling, the syrup is boiling. Then I want all these gulabs to go in. The lalmohans, as we call in Assamese normally. People in Assam, when we were small, I remember they were called Lalmohans. Now suddenly we have this new name there, Gulab Jamuns, you know. Right. So they are lal, they are red, and they are Lalmohans, I guess. Alright, so they are done there. I don't need to cook much because they're going into the syrup. So I just need them to getting that color, and they seem to get it perfectly well, thanks to God, yeah. So these others also going in. Slowly and smoothly, delicately we throw them in. right? It's so easy. I hope they're really round and puffed up by the time I put them into the syrup and they get the syrup into themselves. And then they are yumlicious, as I always tell. It's a pleasure to see things happening because everything in cooking is so, every minute it changes, and you really like the whole thing here, right? In fact, you can see the syrup is also boiling up. And now, because these things are also ready, I just put it inside the syrup, and they will go in the syrup and be covered in the syrup, boiling there in the syrup for almost 10 minutes. So now it's very nicely boiling off, so I'll just throw in these gulabs there, okay, and let them boil fully, and I'll just cover them for 10 minutes undisturbed. Let them be boiling there. Let me not peep in with all my curiosity. Let them be really boiling. It's been 10 minutes now, so let me just check on. Yes, see how they've puffed up beautifully. One of them has, okay, I think. Anyway, so that's it. Now, for another 10 minutes, and without disturbing them, for another 10 minutes, we will have them still boiling in the syrup. Okay, I think one of them has acted very insane. Anyway, so let this go on for another 10 minutes without being covered. So as you can see, this has been cooking for 20 minutes now. 10 minutes covered and 10 minutes not covered. And now I switch it off. Okay, actually it's done. But we just cannot have it now. Let them be soaking and gathering all the syrup into themselves so that they become weightier and they become juicier and they become better to eat. So my gulab jamuns, my lalmohans are done. Now I'll have to wait for another 2-3 hours to actually eat them. But I think they look wonderful, don't they? So I think we can always wait for another, say, 2-3 hours. After almost 3-4 hours of soaking, the lalmohans have soaked up all the syrup, and this is how yummy they look. I hope you like this recipe of mine. Do give it a like and a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for watching.